This doesn't light your firemen, the pilot lights out.
This football team is coming into our place. We're standing in our way.
This is a game of the heart. Focus and finish.
Here's why you should be careful about the source you obtain your fantasy news from. Although multiple news outlets reported yesterday that Texans rookie wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins was medically cleared to play, someone obviously skipped over the word "not" in Gary Kubiak's press conference transcript. To compound the problem, everyone else obviously scraped that info from the internet and reported it as news. Now, while we do believe Hopkins will be ready for Week 1, at this point, it's not fact, it's just speculation. And doctors still have not cleared him from his concussion symptoms. Broncos head coach John Fox shook the fantasy world on Monday when he gave Montee Ball first-team reps for the first time all camp. Don't you just love it when head coaches mess with the fantasy pool just as you're about to draft? Apparently, Ball's good fortune was a one-day punishment for Ronnie Hillman, who's had fumbling issues. But Fox was asked on Tuesday who his starting running back will be and said, "I don't even know yet," referring to them as 1 and 1A. Someone ought to tell Fox that we don't have a running back 1A in fantasy. Blaine Gabbert proclaimed yesterday that he'll be ready for Week 1 against the Chiefs. He's not expected to have the cast removed from his throwing thumb until next Wednesday, which puts him on a very tight schedule. And he hasn't gripped a football since suffering a hairline fracture 11 days ago. But if you lost a bet and you're forced to use Gabbert in Week 1, looks like he'll probably play. People seem to be making a big deal about the fact that Trent Richardson is coming to this year about 10 pounds lighter. I've heard more than one fantasy pundit suggest that he could be the second most productive fantasy back behind Adrian Peterson. Hell, I've lost about 15 pounds since last year, and look how productive I am. Remember when former Jaguars GM Gene Smith compared tight end Mike Shanahan to Dallas Clark? The former Pitt wide receiver was cut by the Jets on Monday and then cut by the Bucs on Tuesday. Gene, there's an open invitation for you to join my fantasy league. Colts head coach Chuck Pagano expects both tight ends Dwayne Allen and Coby Fleener, who have been nursing foot and knee issues, to be ready for Week 1. As it stands now, each of them are expected to receive plenty of playing time, splitting targets, and seeing who has the most luck. So I did that? DeAngelo Williams gets a fantasy boost as fellow running back Jonathan Stewart was placed on the PUP list with bum ankles, making him not eligible to return till Week 7. Not me, but some are now looking for Williams to run away with the job. Oh, killing it today. Bills' new head coach Doug Marrone insists that Manuel needs to get back to practice by next Wednesday at the latest in order to have a shot at playing in Week 1. I'm not certain how many of you are as high on Manuel as the Bills apparently were when they took him as the first quarterback, but if he can't play, the undrafted rookie Jeff Tuel will get the nod. But don't laugh, someone out there is going to play him. Wouldn't it be something if he went out there and just lit it up? We don't often spend time talking about kickers here, but since you need one, we probably should. For those of you keeping track of who's available, the Jets released Billy Cundiff and replaced him with Dan Carpenter. So why did the team with the best front office in all of football release Cundiff? Why, that's because he was 3 for 3 in field goal attempts this preseason. Carpenter will try to beat out incumbent Nuck Folk by Saturday. Not sure how that works. With just 8 days till the NFL season starts, be sure to tune in to the Roto Experts Fantasy Football News, Notes, and Analysis segment every weekday. I'll be here to keep you current and ahead of the competition, and on weekends, come back for This Week in Fantasy Football as I team up with the King, Scott Ingle, covering the week that was, the week that will be, and answering your viewer questions. For Roto Experts, I'm Mike Cardano. See you tomorrow.